Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Dang, slow start today. What's up? I was having some crazy ass dreams last night. Like, oh my God, like why would I dream that? So I just wanted to shout out Sammy at Foxglove Farm. I think it was your mugwort, man. I think it was your mugwort that made me have those crazy dreams last night. So I had a really fun evening last night because I thought I should go get the mail. Like I had ordered, what did I order? Oh, Damiana tea, because I was like, I want to try this tea. It's nothing special at all, Damiana. Like, I think this might be a plant that you want to smoke. No, don't do it. I don't know. Like the tea itself, I was just like, okay, that was it. I thought it was going to be something else. But anyways, because I had never tried it before, like all by itself. And I was like, well, anyways, let's take a few steps back. I was like, I think they delivered the Damiana tea. I was like, I should go get it, because it's kind of rude. Like I have a rural box mailing thing. Like I have to drive to my mailbox, like down the road. And so we have to share the big boxes, like for packages and stuff. So if you know something's in there, you should go get it, because tomorrow there might be something for somebody else and they need that space. So I was like, I'll go get my tea the heck out of the way. And I get the key to open up my delivery box, and it smells amazing. And I was like, what? This smells so good. Well, there's another box in there, and it is the Foxglove Farm Coven subscription box. Like I could literally smell it before I got my hands on it. I was like, dang, something is fantastic in there. So anyways, I brought home my goods. So I had a really fun evening last night, doing an unboxing video and then doing a podcast at Herbal Marie to talk about mugwort, to elaborate more on her box, on her box. I'm talking about your box, man. So anyways, now what's funny is, I've been kind of, I don't want to say like I've been a little shit, because it hasn't been that extreme, but I've had this little about the protection vibe that Yarrow brought in. So our herb of the week here at Ho is Yarrow. And, he's got a sword, and there's another card with like protective gloves. And it definitely has, let me grab the cards here. Yarrow is definitely the week to manifest more protection. So we have Steven on this card. He's looking like a stud muffin. Like if he wants to protect me, fine. Like I'm not going to say no. Then there's a moth, and it's like in a protective bubble, and Yarrow boundaries. She's got a golden egg of light around her. This one's about boundaries. This one's about keeping your heart open. But then we go back into pocket of protection, and we have an ace of air, and then we have an expulsion. So we really were like, it's like really like this vibe, like keeping away the energies that you don't want, but while at the same time remaining open to that which you do want. And, I sort of was like a little argumentative, or just sort of like, all right, like I believe that we need protection, but I also believe that like we need to stop thinking in that mindset, because when we're defending, it's actually the same energy of attacking. And it's like we're unknowingly, we're like thinking that we need to defend ourselves. We unknowingly bring that energy that we would even be attacked. And if you can just even get out of it altogether, like the Course in Miracles is just shredding my life, my reality. I mean, it's just like taking all my egoic concepts and like running them through the shredder. That's what it feels like after you've studied a little bit of the Course in Miracles. You're like, oh my God, like, wow. So anyways, there's a huge part of me that's starting to think now that, what do I even need to fear in this illusion world that we've created? It's not even the real world, and anyways, so I'm coming at you today understanding that I myself am going through some rather big changes in my mind. A lot of things are shifting, a lot of things are dissolving, a lot of things I can't believe in anymore because I just know too much. So if you've ever had that experience, you can feel me. It's like, oh, I'd really love to believe in that now, but like I just know better. But if it makes you feel better to believe in it, go ahead. But like now I've like kind of risen above it a little bit. And that's interesting because I look up and I see Ganesha. He's on one of the protection cards today and he's literally floating in the air. So rising above is a great way to protect yourself from a lot of the things. Aligning with light energy, aligning with God, source, all that is. How much more protected can you get? So not to sound like a churchy preacher, but like if you are residing in the arms of the beloved, the creator, the God, I mean, how much more protected can you get? So like, we'll talk about some witchy spells of protection today. Absolutely. We'll talk about the energy of protection. We'll hang out with our dragon butterfly. We'll hang out with echinacea. We'll hang out with some flowers, delphinium and bearded crepsis. I'm going to just chop up words like I always do. So we'll talk about protection. Truly, Yarrow should probably be on this spread too, although I already took the damn picture. So you missed out, man. He doesn't actually say protection. On the herbiary card, it does say pocket of protection. So I feel like, you know what, Yarrow? You just sit over there. You sit over there. You got enough attention on Monday. So anyways, there's that. Okay. So last night I'm hanging out with the Foxglove Farm, like the Witch's Coven box of goodies. And there is a spritzer that she made up, and it's called You Autumn Know, a bottle of fall. And it says, spritz yourself and your space for a warm, cozy scent and safe and sound vibes. So even though, like, there's part of me that's like, honey, there's nothing to fear of anything, there's also another part of me that's like, okay, but I still want my children to be safe. Like, I still want everybody to be, quote, safe in this reality. For the time being, and feel protected and not worry, and right. So as we practice rising above, like there is just such a 3D, what do we want to call it? Like it's just like this energy blob that like people are arguing, people are fighting, people are attacking. Like maybe not in your life, but it exists in the world, and like. Even something as simple as like politics, like we don't see how that is actually like violent vibes, like one side's thinking the other side is stupid, one side, you know what I mean? It's just like hating the other side, like, so I just feel like it would be nice if it didn't exist in the world at all. But while it does, it certainly does serve us to rise above it, be kind of, protected, kind of buffered. I have a really interesting story that I guess I could work in here. But first, I want to spray some of this Foxglove Farm You Autumn Know, a bottle of fall. It has like vanilla, cedar, orange, allspice, clove, patchouli, and it's made with moon water. So I'm just actually going to spray it above me a little bit. Put it in my hair. Yeah, it's very earthy. There we go. Spray it around me. So anyways, I love essential oils. Like, interesting, like I often use patchouli when I feel like emotionally I need to be like a little held or protected. Probably because like 50% of people hate patchouli. So at least I'm keeping 50% of the people away from me with my patchouli. I'm just going to spray a little bit more on my hair. Yeah, it's good. It's a little fall. It's like a fall feel to it. It's a little, it's got a little bit of a stink to it because it's patchouli and cedar. You know what I mean? So there's always gonna be a little an earthiness that is like, does that smell good or not? Like, some people just are not sure about patchouli. All right. So, anyways, between that and then the mugwort tea that I was talking about last night. It was called Intuition, a loose leaf tea to boost your intuition. We were talking about how mugwort can help us energetically and all that. And then this morning I get up and I read the 9D Arcturian Council reading, and it's about opening your third eye, and it's like, well, you know what? Between mugwort being an herb that is definitely used for protection, as well as its other many magical uses, and then, thinking about opening up our third eye, going into kind of like some different energy realms that we're not used to, you kind of just get so comforted by the idea, definition, energy of protection. And I should have a lot of compassion, because I remember as a child being very fearful. I had a definite like dark experience when I was a teenager. Whether that wasn't, I had an experience like with a darker entity. So I understand the need to call on protection. I understand the world. I get it. I'm just saying, on top of everything that I know, have experienced, understand, and empathize with, at the same time right now, part of my mind is getting shredded by A Course in Miracles. And I'm starting to see that if we can take our attention away from these things that we fear, we will understand that they do not even exist. So anyways, with that said, I'm still going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards with you today. And try not to argue with any of them, okay? I'm going to do my best not to argue. And understand, I am still of the world here. So it might serve me to just always know that I am protected and reside so comfortably in that I don't feel like I need to go out of my way to keep ensuring my protection, because it just is. I just have protection. I've asked for it and it has been given. So I don't have to keep on fearing that which I want to be protected from, because I asked for protection, and whatever you ask for, you will receive. It's done. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our herb of the week, yarrow, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. I am protected. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. I know my strength. I identify my wounds and then I heal them. It is safe for me to open my heart. I am protected. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. I know my strength. I identify my wounds and then I heal them. It is safe for me to open my heart. And so it is. Sometimes I use the affirmation minute to shut myself up. I'm like, let's do the affirmations. Quit talking. All right, so today we're here to manifest more protection. Manifest more protection. So, as your sister friend, I would just say, if you're feeling like you need to manifest more protection, I would check your ass and see what it is you're actually dabbling in. So if you're dabbling in any type of the dark arts, or if you're dabbling in something that maybe you shouldn't, and then it starts to freak you out, like you need protection, hello, let's just get to the root of it right away. If you're hanging out with dangerous people, if you're hanging out with people making bad choices or aggressiveness, and you're like, if you're in an abusive relationship, like, honey, yes, you need more protection, but you need to get the fuck out of there. So anyways, check yourself to, like, if you are thinking, I need to manifest more protection, why? What's going on? Can I, like, actually just remove myself from the energy that I feel like I need protected from? You know, gosh, like, manifest more protection. Sometimes, you know, like, we've definitely acknowledged in the past, we are our own worst enemy. And sometimes it's like, well, I feel like I need protected from myself, you know? It's like the self-abuse sometimes is like what we need protected from. Negative thinking, all types of things, you know. And maybe you just want to manifest more protection so that you can feel like you can drive into town and feel like a golden bubble of protection is surrounding you and your family and your vehicle and your house and your dog, and you just want everyone to be safe and sound. And ain't nobody, not even Sadie Marie Cherico, is going to argue with that. Because absolutely, we want everyone to be protected. So we're going to manifest more protection today. Yes, I did have a really rough experience when I was a young teenager, and I felt like there was a dark energy that was sort of coming after me, and it really wasn't. I let it harass me for like months, and like I let it because I didn't know how to stop it. And then one time I was at like a sleepover or something, and like one of the weird girls from, like, you know, the Bible church camp, like just one of those type of girls, she was like, you need to call on Jesus Christ. And I was like, what? You know, I had gone to like a Catholic school, but like still that never occurred to me. And I was like, all right. And I was like, because at that point, like, I was like willing to try anything, even Jesus. Like, I was like open to like whatever. And so, yeah, I did like a vocal calling in the name of Jesus Christ. I command you to leave me alone. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave me alone. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave me alone. And literally, that was the fucking end of it. You know, whereas before I couldn't even walk into a room without the room feeling like it was closing on me, and there was an energy trying to just suffocate me. Like, I mean, it's hard to say now, like over 30 years later, 25 years later, what really was going on. But all I know is, like, there was a point where I was like, yeah, I'm ready to call in some protection from the higher realms. So you do have angels. There is beings ready to assist you. If you feel like you need protection, ask for it. Like, humans are on these high horses all the damn time, and they're just like, oh no, I'm not going to ask for anything that I need or want. Or they don't believe in it, or they don't think it's possible, or they think about it, but they don't actually open up their mouth and ask for it. So I do think that's something that we could all get better at, vocalizing our requests. Like, don't just think it, ask for it. Like, actually ask for it. So whatever it is that you want to manifest more of, ask for it. And if protection is what you want to manifest more of, ask for it. All right. I'm going to start with our tiniest card because I know it's also the weirdest one. It is the Sacred Stones Oracle Deck, Volume 2. And I do not have Volume 1. This is by Kurt Cleary and Blue Star and Council of Light. So it is a channeled message. And it's always, I just love this little guidebook. Like, literally the smallest deck of playing cards that you can imagine. That's how big these cards are. And that's the size of the guidebook too. So I feel like a giant every time I open this book because it's so tiny. But they always have a different perspective, and it's not what maybe the other cards are going to say. Oh, interesting. I should have maybe started with our dragon butterfly. We'll do that next. All right. Oh well. Sometimes I do things in good order and like the other ones, and sometimes I'm all over the place. All right, I'm going to start with this one, then we'll do our dragon butterfly, and then we will work our way around. I put these cards like in a blob because blobs, when they're protective, they make you feel good, right? We kind of talked about the angry blob of people fighting. Well, this is the counteractive blob of protection, right? Just, oh God, I forgot to tell you the other story. So here's another story of protection that I just want to, I guess, tell you right now. All right, fine. So when you are aligned with like thinking things, this is another Jesus story, by the way. If somebody's like, more Jesus, go make your tea right now, and I'll get this out of the way. So I had a really fun experience with, I would say, an experience that taught me that if I am focused on the higher realm, so whether that's Jesus for you, whether that's Buddha, whether that's white buffalo calf woman, like whatever higher energy you want to surround yourself with, Kuan Yin, right? Rumi, like whatever it is you're like feeling and you're really aligned with it. Well, in this moment, I was talking to my friend Stacy about Jesus, okay? And I don't even know what the heck we were talking about now. Like, what were we even talking about? Well, we were talking about, yeah, I must have just been, I don't know what we were talking about. Here's the story, though. We were at a dinner party, hangout, ladies' night, and so Stacy and I are like immersed in this Jesus convo, and we're really like, our hearts are open, and we're talking about like how we've been realizing beautiful things and Jesus this, Jesus that. Like, well, anyways, we did not even realize that right beside us, two of the ladies were getting into a serious like argument and like bad vibes, like butting heads. And then one of them storms off, and then Stacy and I we kind of like became aware of it, and we stepped out of our Jesus bubble, and then we figured out what was going on. But the point of the story for me, the experience for me, was a reminder that if I am thinking about, the higher realms, light, Christed light, Jesus, us coming into our knowing of that we really are all one, that we really are connected to source. We literally are protected and don't even know of some of the battles and bullshit. And it was a stupid ego argument that they were having. Like, we were completely out of the loop because we were not a vibrational match to it. We were focused on something else so much that this was going on physically right beside us, but we were not a part of it, and we didn't even know it was going on because we were talking about Jesus while they were arguing about stupid shit. So anyways, it's just kind of a fun story in my own head that like anytime I maybe need a good reminder, like don't fall into the ego duality, don't fall into the separation, don't fall into the divide. They encourage fighting between people. Politics encourage fighting. Like a lot of different health issues encourage fighting. Like anytime there are two sides to an issue, you have to see how it's perpetuated, and literally they want people to be fighting. The government wants us to argue and fight because they know that if we're fighting, we're distracted. If we're divided, we're powerless. So anyways, let's jump into this. This is the 24th card in this deck, the Sacred Stones. Protection, true protection, is based not in fear, but in honesty. What or whom needs protecting, and from what and by whom? Not the easiest analysis to perform. At the center is the misunderstanding that life is threatened and fear must be taken to heart. Very rarely the case. When you feel the need for protection, ask yourself, what aspect of yourself needs protecting? Is it an aspect of integrity, or is it an aspect that is not all it could be in terms of living your values. Sometimes a person wishes to be protected from the consequences of their choices or lies they have told themselves or others. This kind of protection is harmful in the end. It is better to shower the self with the clear light of honesty and compassion. Then healing takes place and strength and fortitude return. We understand craving protection when you feel weak, but addressing the roots of the weakness, like working to strengthen core muscles, is the more fruitful path. Please call on us for protection. Call on your friends. Call on your spirit guides and angels. Call on the guardians of the laws. Call on your neighbors. Anyone can help and generally will. Remember this. Most beings want to offer help, and everyone deserves to receive it. So good point. Ask for it, of course, and you will receive it. But also good point, like, what are you afraid of? Like, if you're afraid of getting sick and you want to be like protected by some virus that, you may have heard of in 2020, how about strengthening your immune system? How about getting healthier? Like, why do you even feel weak? Like, that's what I'm saying. Go to the root of the problem and figure out why you even think you need protected. And then fix it from there, without falling into fear. Without falling into fear. But isn't that funny? They're like, sometimes a person wishes to be protected from the consequences of their choices. Like, oh no, I cheated on my husband. I hope that he never finds out. Please protect me. Yeah, your intentions are bad, 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 bad. So yeah, that will be not good in the end. So anyways, very cool. I love that they say call on us for protection, the blue star and council of light energies. Call on your friends, call on your spirit guides, call on the angels. This is my favorite. Call on the guardians of the laws. So that's what I'm saying, you guys. Like, once you understand the laws of the universe, like, you can just understand that, like, there is the law of grace. There is I don't know. We did 105 laws last year. I can't think of any of them right now. But there are these laws that naturally offer protection. Are you living your life in harmony with universal laws? And anyways, very interesting. Call on the guardians of the laws. Call on your neighbors, right? Anyone can help and generally will. So yeah, just like a mama bear is going to protect her baby bears, there's a lot of fierce mama bears out there in the world, and it's like I know women. Actually, one of the women that was part of that ladies' night argument, man, if I ever had any problem with any man in my life or anybody, I could literally call on her and she would escort that motherfucker straight out of my life. Now, granted, I'm glad I didn't, you know what I mean? I haven't. But it's like there are women, there are mothers, there are fathers, there are men who would step up and help you if you needed it, if you truly needed it, right? Or help you get out of any situation. It's just like, like moms at the playground, like, like they're not just watching their own children. Like, there's like some mama bears that are watching all the children, and, there is this maybe a community, right? Communities coming together. Like we will make sure this is a safe space, right? So anyways, I love that, thinking of protection and unity in a unity way. And that's what we need to do. Like, Democrats and Republicans and and then all the other little parties that, they're trying to get away from this, but yet they're still fighting too. They're just, in a smaller group now. It's like really, like, we shouldn't be like thinking that we have to battle each other. Well, we need to band together and protect ourselves from the government, to actually see the game for what it is, and protect ourselves from the people at the top that keep on moving chess pieces, and then really everybody, we're all just pawns. We have no idea what's going on. And someone sent me a picture of how like now there's like kind of like this world propaganda saying now like make better or something, and it's popping up all over the world. And you have to understand that globally there are chess players that are globally trying to move the pieces of the chessboard all over the place, and we don't notice because we're just arguing about Democrat Republican stuff. And yet so we're busy, distracted, and here like we should be coming together to protect ourselves from people who want ultimate power. So anyways, I didn't think much about it until yesterday when I got my stuff in the mail. There was some junk mail, and it literally had that Joe Biden is it Make Better campaign. Well, that's all over the world, you know. And it's like, it's so interesting. I guess this is what I heard. It's so interesting that if it is over the world, like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really even left my house. I don't know. Like, who's orchestrating this interesting campaign? You know, so everybody does need to wake up a little bit and just be aware of some things. I mean, unless you're all for there being like a small group of people governing the whole world. But to me, that kind of disturbs me, because like you think like each country has its own set of governing like rules or direction, or it's like an independent thing, but then like you realize that there's like puppet masters pulling the strings of everybody, you know. Like there's been like way too much like when you think of like a world lockdown, like you're like, whoa, like how, really, was there like no country that was like not going to participate? Like why does everybody going along with this? You know, what's really going on? So anyways, let's focus on eucalyptus, shall we? Our dragon butterfly is the monarch. Finally, a butterfly that we know. The beautiful monarch, and it's on a eucalyptus, and it's so fantastic. It does have the message of protection. Thinking about eucalyptus, take a deep breath. There are over 700 species of eucalyptus, with all but 15 exclusively Australian. Sparse fossil records show some specimens were present in South America as far back as 56 to 33 million years ago. Modern eucalypts are a cash crop, as their fragrant oils are used in cleaning products and disinfectants, and is currently cultivated all over the world. Blue gums were planted in California in the 1870s in the hope that the fast-growing tree could be harvested for timber. When the wood from the young trees could not be used as lumber, many argued for the trees to be replaced with natives. However, butterfly conservationists came out in support of the trees, as they have become the preferred roost of the monarch butterfly. The eucalypts offer the butterflies protection from the elements and predators, and removing the trees could disrupt the monarch's migration pattern. So yeah, I guess don't be messing with the butterflies at this point. If they like the eucalyptuses, and you leave them. All right, so anyways, like this card, like all of the cards, this card wants you to know that you are protected. We can, with our focused intent, manifest more protection. But first, we need to accept the fact that we already are protected. Your ideas and beliefs are sheltered and safe. You can move forward knowing that if you falter or fall, there is a soft place to land, and if needed, a comfortable place to heal. until you are ready to take flight once more. This card is also reminding you to be a safe place for others and harbor for them to come to land, and a harbor for them to come to land. So be the person your tribe feels comfortable coming to when they are in need, and offer shelter to others so that they might heal. Be the protector and the protected. So I love that, because I really hope that that is what I do in a lot of ways, like just offering people this space to be, you know, in my podcast, in my live streams, whatever, in my presence. Like I really hope that like people feel like they could come to me if they needed protection, you know, or just needed a safe space, or needed someone to not harshly judge them. Like I'm doing better and better with my personal judgments. That was another benefit of doing A Course in Miracles, like getting out of the judgmental bitch, the JB, getting her to take a back seat, right? Getting my ego to not attack, getting myself more loving. So here's 2 questions to contemplate or journal if you want to manifest more protection. How and with whom do I feel protected? How can I be a haven for others? So one thing that I did admit to myself last year was, you know, a lot of the reason maybe why I wasn't manifesting a relationship that I did feel protected in is that I really was not even feeling safe with myself, you know, because at times like I was overly critical and, you know, demeaning and rude and negative toward myself. And there was this like interesting realization I had the one night, like, oh my God, like I can't even trust myself. How am I even ever going to be capable of trusting another person if I can't even trust myself to give myself this safe haven of protection? And it really was such an eye opener. And I was like, honey, I am so sorry, you know, like, I am so sorry I didn't protect you. Like, I just told myself this. I'm like, I did not even realize that, you know, I was making me, you, us feel so vulnerable, you know, by constantly attacking myself. And, you know, so it's been like a big eye opener. But how and with whom do you feel protected? Like, it is a really nice feeling to be with somebody and feel like this person has my back, or just very, very, very simply, this person is going to be nice to me and loving to me, and I can be myself around this person, you know. And I certainly know what it feels like to not have that, definitely. So if you don't have that with anybody, I would recommend reflecting and contemplating, do you even have that with yourself? Do you feel safe with yourself, with your own thoughts? Because if you don't, like, that would definitely be another place to start, you know, and be like, okay, like, I'm going to give myself a space within me of protection. And then the next step would be, okay, now I'm going to offer this to other people. Like, make sure that when they're around me, I am their safe haven, right? And then you'll clean up your energy about this, and what you give, you receive. What you give, you get. So then you'll also attract more people that also can be part of your protection party. Yeah, might as well just have a protection party at that point. It would be something to celebrate, especially just the relief and celebration of cleaning up your energy, so that you're like, oh my gosh, like, I really do feel safe within myself, and I feel safer in the world now because I've cleaned up my energy. Yay, protection party. So telling myself this is now a party sounds fun, except our next card is Delphinium protection. She's showing up wearing a black dress and a black cape, holding a black dagger, big old black dagger, and she is very serious looking. Very, very serious. This is our Flower Magic Oracle card. And Delphinium says, time to bring in some sort of protection. Put up your boundary or use reflection. Keep those you cherish or love close by. Time to fiercely protect. 'Tis do or die. Surround yourself with strong, pure light. Negative energy you can now fight. So Delphinium's message for us today for Manifest More Protection is shields up and swords at the ready. Many times in our lives we come under attack, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes even physically. Now is such a time. Exercise your absolute right to protect yourself and those you love and care about. Do what you feel is necessary to shield against negativity. Take your sword and cut the ties with those who drain you emotionally or abuse you verbally. You don't need that kind of energy attacking you on a regular basis. Beware the psychic vampires who mostly aren't even aware that they are draining the energy of others. You need to protect yourself fully against these types as they can be exhausting to deal with. Surround your house with protection on the spiritual and magical level. Keep your personal psychic shields up and metaphorical swords drawn when outside or dealing with others at this time. So yeah, she's more than ready to defend what she wants to protect. And us mama bears, we get that, absolutely. So Delphinium's magic, place these flowers on graves or in vases to remind you of those who have passed over. They are a really interesting looking flower. Delphiniums, especially when made into a blue plant dye for clothing, covers, bags, and the like, bring encouragement and positive energy that can help people broaden their outlook and take brave new steps. But take great care in this dyeing process as the root and seeds are poisonous. So in Greek mythology, they depict the delphinium blossoming from the blood of the god Ajax when he was killed. Delphinium gained the common larkspur from the Tudors, who thought it looked like the feet of a lark. So very interesting flower with the message of protection. Do or die, 'tis do or die. Surround yourself with strong, pure light, negative energy. You can now fight. All right, so that is the flower magic. Let's see what it's kind of like its sister deck. Since we're feeling this serious message of protection now, let's go over to, I don't know if it's its sister deck or its cousin, but they're both Llewellyn decks, Solaris decks, and we'll go over to Witch's Kitchen now. Yeah, they're very similar. Like if I wanted to, I could put both of these decks together, like, and make one massive deck, because they're pretty much exactly the same size, I think, in their guidebooks. Like sometimes I'm like, which one is that? Is that a Witch's Kitchen or a Flower Magic? So Witch's Kitchen also has a message of protection with salt. Yeah, I do love that salt is on this card. And there's a pink Himalayan salt lamp and a pentacle made of salt. And bath salts, all type of salt. Star of Protection, a circle of salt. Keep Star of Protection, a circle of salt. Surround and safeguard me from any default. Keep me from danger, gossip, and hurt from those who may curse me and dish out the dirt. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done. So yeah, keeping out people that have ill intentions for you. I liked that Delphinium said, like, you could also use the power or magic of reflection. So if I ever feel like someone's throwing me shade, I do call on the guardians of the laws and say, may all energy be returned, right? So you just whatever they're dishing out, you say, may all energy be returned, and see that negative energy just going right back at them. So truly, no one can attack you without attacking themselves. So when you understand that, I mean, that's kind of like when you turn the other cheek and don't attack back, because once then you attack back, then you are attacking yourself, because all energy is returned. So a lot of times I think it's just best to let that person reap the rewards, the negative rewards of what they've dished out, and not engage. Of course, there's always special circumstances, but like let's just say little circumstances of negative talk or gossip or, harsh words. You don't really need to participate in that. Just allow that energy to be what they've put out towards you. Just let it be reflected back, and let them be the ones that are literally fighting with themselves. You don't have to engage. So salt does have some guidance for you today. It says, beware. Time to take responsibility and place protection around you and your loved ones. Do you not realize that you are wide open to psychic attack with nothing in place to defend your energy field? The strength of another's harsh words, thoughts, and actions against you has taken its toll, and you are feeling drained of your vital life force. Your personal power has been snatched from under you, and your mind has allowed fears and doubts to creep in. Allow me to absorb the psychic energy that you have unwittingly received. Sprinkle me around you in a circle. Toss me across the thresholds or perimeters of your dwelling, or carry me in a pocket or a pouch. I will defend your honor and ensure that you are shielded as your sensitivity increases. Protection is key as you open yourself up to a higher spiritual vibration. So call on me to safeguard you as you work your magic. And man, all that salt everywhere, it'll kill some bugs too. All right, so since 6050 BC, salt was used as a religious offering. The word salary is derived from salt, as salt was a method of currency in ancient times. Salt was placed on altars and used in sacrifice. It is currently used to exorcise evil spirits and thrown over the left shoulder if split. Man, salt's an amazing remedy too, because when I was healing from Lyme's, I took encapsulated capsules of pink Himalayan salt, because once you sort of up the salt in your body, it dehydrated the microorganisms that were wreaking havoc in your system. So it wasn't anything that I did for a real long time, but I did supplement with salt for that purpose. And I a lot of times need to take a pinch of salt if I feel like I need it, or I have low blood pressure or whatever. Like, salt is amazing. You can rinse your mouth with it. You can make a salt soleil. Pink Himalayan salt has minerals in it. I have salt all over my basement floor. Here I'm protecting myself. I don't even know it. But it's mostly to keep bugs from laying their eggs in any pools of water, because I have a dirt floor basement that's always flooded. So I'm always putting salt everywhere. Like, my guides are like, and she don't even know she's protecting herself. Ha ha ha. All right, so taking a bath in salt might be a great ritual to absorb negative energies and revive your spirit. Personally, anytime I use Epsom salt, it feels like it's biting at my skin. So if I would put salt in my bath, it would just be a tiny bit. But anyways, they say that you can make a bath salt, to use in your bath. You take 2 cups of Epsom salt, a half a cup of sea salt, and a half a cup of baking soda, and then you add like 15 drops of your favorite essential oil and anything else you want into it. And then you can bottle that up, and I would just sprinkle a little bit in depending on your skin. And they say even decorate the jar with a pentagram because it's a symbol of protection. So yeah, star of protection, a circle of salt, surround and safeguard me from any default. Keep me from danger, gossip, and hurt, from those who may curse me and dish out the dirt. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be. There, it is done. All right, so manifest more protection. What are we learning? Well, we can manifest more protection with our intentions, with our asking, with our salt, right? Have the elements, call on the guardians of the laws, tap into flower power, tap into the herbs, tap into the mindset, hey, whatever anybody dishes out onto me shall be returned, right? We don't allow ourselves to feel penetrated or attacked or lessened, right? We don't allow our energy to be zapped by psychic vampires. So yeah, if you are feeling like someone's throwing bad juju at you, there are definite things that you can do to make yourself feel better, to energetically cleanse and clear yourself, to cut those cords and attachments, and yeah, get that out of your space, literally. All right, so I feel like next I want to hang out with the priestess of protection, since we're kind of in the spell mode. The enchanted spell oracle. She is this beautiful, calm priestess. She has her hands like crisscrossed in front of her, like in not like a strong, like fearful way or nothing, but they are like crisscrossed. There's a symbol of the goddess on her dress. She's got lots of an herb wheel behind her: bay, birch, hazel, lily, lavender, valerian. I almost said yarrow, but it's valerian. And this is the priestess of protection. She's all about guardianship, sanctuary, and safekeeping. And the herb that we're going to focus on in this wheel is bay. And that is actually fun because, like, have you ever lit a bay leaf? They kind of sparkle. They kind of spark, and they're fun. They're fun to burn, and people burn them for cleansing and purification and rituals and protection. So bay leaves have been long noted for their protective qualities, right? Like anytime you make soup, don't you throw in a bay leaf? That's why soup is so powerful. Both in medicine and in folklore, it's been noted for their protective qualities. So in the Middle Ages, they would take branches of bay leaves to brush away bad spirits and ill health in households that have fallen on hard times. The spicy yet astringent scent of bay brings a sense of freshness and cleanliness to a home. Bay is healing and reviving. So yeah, if you got a bunch of bay leaves, go light one. Go light one. You should, man. At least once. At least once you should try it. All right, the symbolism of this card. So, and I also love that the priestess of protection has these two mushrooms on either side of her, and they're like on these golden pentacle discs. The priestess of protection stands firm beneath the powerful helm of awe, a talisman for defense against illness and bad luck. So yeah, there is this actually huge thing above her head. It's called the helm of awe, and it's a talisman with all these, it almost looks like pitchforks coming out of them with 3 lines on down the handle. And now 3 lines we know the I Ching is the symbol for heaven. So it is, what a powerful talisman. Now she's also surrounded by a potent wheel of herbs known for their protective qualities. Bay leaves, birch, hazel, lily, lavender, and valerian, which I just had some valerian in my tea last night. The Into Witchin tea by Foxglove Farm. The priestess is a powerful healer and one who specializes in breaking hexes and curses, one who knows how to keep homes and families safe. So she wants to say, hey, know that you are protected by a higher force, okay, always. And this card tells us so. As well as taking physical security measures to keep your house safe, the added reassurance of psychic protection goes a long way in making you and your home feel secure. And that reminds me of the card that almost made it here today. Archangel Michael has a card, your home is protected by angels, and I almost got it out, and then I just decided not to, but I'll still give you a shout out, Archangel Michael. You know, you can ask to have angels placed upon every window and each doorway, and know that you and your loved ones are safe. And there is also a witch bottle spell here in the Enchanted Spell Oracle by Priestess Moon, designed to ward off negativity and protect your living space. So it's pretty cool. Like, you might maybe want to do this. You take a glass jar and fill it with sand. So the sand absorbs negativity. Then you take 3 strands of your hair to bind any ill intent. And then you take as many bay leaves as will fit in the jar to dissolve and deflect any negative energy directed towards you. And as you fill the jar, you say, protected now, above and below, around my space, white light glows. And you visualize your house, yourself, and your family surrounded by a giant white bubble of light, knowing that you have cleansed your home and filled it with positive energy. Then you secure that lid tightly on the jar and you bury the witch bottle outside your front door. So it's the witch bottle spell. And you know yarrow, our herb of the week, loves the idea of us visualizing ourselves and our family in a giant white bubble of light, protective light, because that was like all Yarrow wanted to do on Monday, is just get us in our little safe bubbles, our protective bubble. But that is kind of how it is, you know? It's like once you have this good energy flowing within you, around you, through you, your thoughts are pure, you are pure, you're not attacking anybody, right? You do radiate an energy of natural protection. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Get yourself in a place where you're not attracting anything that would want to hurt you, because you yourself do not want to hurt anything. Yeah. So let's go up there to Echinacea though, because one of the things that like humans do always feel like they need to protect themselves against is outside invaders in their body. And Echinacea is definitely an herb that like can boost your physical protection by stimulating your immune system. And Echinacea too can be used in spells to boost the spell and magical work, right? Kind of boost the strength of the spell. It is an herb of protection, inner strength, and calm. So Zeus and Jupiter are the deities that work with Echinacea. And yeah, the planet Jupiter and the signs of Sagittarius, Taurus, and Scorpio go along with Echinacea and the element of fire. So if you know anything about astrological signs and the elements between Sagittarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and the element of fire, you should be rather impressed with the power of this herb. Yeah, I'm a Taurus. My daughter is a Sagittarius, and my mother is a Scorpio. So should you need to call on anybody, give us a ring. We'll be right over. We'll be right over. Yeah, so anyways, protection. So sometimes you might feel like there is a need to take a more active role in strengthening your defenses or manifesting more protection. And moderation may be called for as energies seem to be out of balance. So if you're feeling like you need to manifest more protection, once again, make sure you figure out why. Why are you feeling weakened in your energy? Are you out of balance? Are you letting something get to you? Are you letting too much fear in, right? Monday, Yara talked about having a porous aura, like having holes that things could get in or your energy seep out, right? So make sure you are fortified. Make sure you are keeping your sacred space protected from yourself, right? From negative feelings and thoughts. Don't bottle those up. When I say, it sounds like I'm just pretending. When you think negative thinking and hold on to negative feelings, you might as well drink poison. Like, it just seems like I'm being overly dramatic, but I'm almost very literal on that. When you bottle up your feelings and thoughts, you are poisoning yourself. Yes, it's on an energetic level, but it will affect your body and your vitality. And if you're feeling zapped, you need to think and take inventory what type of feelings and thoughts you've been entertaining and have allowed to reside in you. So do not bottle up feelings or thoughts, as now is the time to voice concerns calmly and with care to ensure future similar issues do not arise in the same way again. So be very honest with yourself and with everyone. Patience may also be needed, as is a little self-reflection to work out what it is you really want and to stay true to your purpose and inner truth. So yeah, echinacea is awesome. It grows all over Eastern and Central North America. The leaves are hairy and rough in texture. The cone-shaped flowering heads are usually purple. They're so spiky, right? They're like, in itself, this flower protects itself with its hairiness and scratchiness and spikiness and protectiveness. So it's a good flower to tap into if you feel like you do want to manifest more protection. Be echinacea. Be the echinacea. Echinacea is used in offerings to spirits by Native Americans. Growing echinacea around your home will draw in prosperity and protect those who live within. When going through hard times, you can carry echinacea with you to provide and tap into your inner strength. The addition of echinacea to any spell will increase its power. So here's something that you could do, another spell. A very simple spell can be cast just before another spell to boost its power. So this is something that you could do before any spell. It can also be done to boost your personal power and strengthen your defenses. So you're going to love this. You get a piece of music that makes you feel strength. So think of a song that makes you feel strong, feel strength. Get a glass of water or juice and a teaspoon of echinacea liquid or tincture. And you put your music on. You put on your music and place the glass of your drink, water or juice, in the center of the room. Then you add your echinacea tincture and say, protect and strengthen. You dance, you jump up, you jump down, you sing, you make some noise to raise as much energy as possible. You really get that energy flowing through your music, through your song, through your dance, through your jumping, through your singing, whatever noises you want to make. Raise as much energy as possible. Focus on protection and strength. And drink the echinacea potion as quickly and safely as possible. So I love that because I love using my body to conjure energy. And that, I think, is just a fun and effective way to bolster yourself up, increase your strength, make your intentions for protection and truly feel your own inner power. And feeling your own inner strength and power is the best way to feel your natural protection. Know that you are capable of holding your own and protecting yourself and jumping up and down like that. Isn't that so fun and so fairy-like? So we'll move on to our next card. Our second to the last card is our fairy, our bearded Crepsis, and he has a message of protection. He's really like, I don't want to say a meek looking dude, but he's like really reserved kind of, and he's got, looks like has his hand on his forehead a little bit, like above his one eye, like looking outward, keeping an eye on things. He's part of the red suit here and nature's messages from the flower fairies. And he has a message of protection. I love his goatee and his pointy ears and his little mustache. He is a fairy protector, and he stands to attention and awaits your command. So he really is like classy in his outfit or something. Okay, so he's actually standing like an army dude, like with his hand at salute, I guess. I'm like, what are you looking for, man? He's waiting. He's waiting for our command. The fairy protector stands to attention and awaits your command. This card highlights the need for protection, be it an emotional, physical, or spiritual way. The word Crepsis comes from the Greek language meaning slipper or sandal, both of which are designed to protect feet from suffering harm or injury, hence symbolizing protection. So this card advises you to seek protection at this time, either relating to a current situation or to be armed for the near future. You are being encouraged to question if you are actually allowing yourself to become vulnerable by being too open and too trusting. Take care not to leave yourself exposed physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Be advised that this may not be a time to take unnecessary risks, but to take extra precautions. So yeah, if you would get this card in a reading or any of these cards, it's like, oh, what's up? Am I being too open, exposed? Is there something to watch out for? If your intentions are pure and full of good intent, you will be given divine protection. Thank you, fairies. This is just what I want to keep reiterating to everybody, because some of the time, like our first card said, the sacred stones, if you're asking for protection because it's been you that's put out ill intent, or you've been gossiping, or you've been hating, or you've been sending bad juju, like you're asking for protection because you've been bad, right? But it's like, if you're good, if you send goodwill to everyone, to all, if you know that you're in alignment, you've done your forgiveness practice, you are not entertaining thoughts of attack. Your energy is pure and full of good intent. If your intentions are pure and full of good intent, you will be given divine protection. So ultimately, what we want to acquire is divine protection. And how do you manifest more divine protection? By clearing your energy, making your intentions pure, getting yourself into a good energetic space, understanding the laws of the universe, and knowing that you abide by them always, so you should be good to go. Take care to learn ways to reduce potential risks and endeavor to protect and respect yourself. Remember to always wear a cloak of protection or place yourself within a bubble of protection. Also, ask your guides and angels to protect you, as they will always come if they are requested. So you can call on your angels, your guides. Now you can call on this fairy, the bearded Crepsis fairy. You can call on just the laws of the universe. You can wear a cloak of protection. You can surround yourself with violet light, golden light. Just know that you're safe. Just know that you are protected. All right, so anyways, last card, we're going to end with Ganesha. Yeah. Like, I just am really against perpetuating the idea that there's something to fear, you know? Like, I think, like, once you get into your head that you are a being of light, darkness becomes the ultimate illusion. And, you know, just by shining your light, you can dispel all darkness. So if you do feel like there's people around you that would wish you not wellness, right, that are throwing shade, just keep shining your light and feel so protected within that energy bubble. So Ganesha does have a message, though. I told you, he's like floating in the air within this swirliness of light and golden lotuses. And he says, protect your energy as you lift your vibration and frequency. So he's saying, Sadie, it's not silly to protect your energy. It's not silly to see golden light shower you and go through you and cleanse you and guide you and protect you. You know, like, don't forget, like, you have had the experience of not having your energy protected. And I guess I take it for granted now that, like, I'm so protected. Yeah, I guess I have taken it for granted that I've been so protected because I'm always cleaning up my intentions. I'm always surrounding myself with guides and light and literally infusing myself with this energy. So, yeah, he's like, protect your energy as you lift your vibration and frequency. So, as you continue on your spiritual path, you begin to lift in vibration and frequency, and you continue to experience new levels of love and light. Your energy body undergoes an essential transformation. These changes in the energy body require that past pain and limiting views of self be released. When this happens and the pain comes to the forefront of your experience, it can definitely feel like you're taking quite a battering. So ask Ganesha. You can also call on Ganesha and ask him to surround you with his beautiful energy at this time. You may envision this energy as red, yellow, or white in color, or in any color that resonates with you. Imagine this energy is filled with love and light. Imagine it surrounding you. It is said that Ganesha oversees the angels of protection. Ganesha's light energy serves to release any negative energy within its field into light. Visualize negative energy, entities, memories, or stuck energy being released from your spirit, mind, and body. So when previous pain shows up, it may not be a clear-cut memory of a particular past event or feeling of fear. Past experiences may be reflected in your current challenges and lessons. It appears in a form that will trigger you now, bringing up resistance and distraction to be dealt with immediately. So whatever comes up that you still need to deal with, do so immediately. That's what Yarrow says. I know my pain, I know my wound, I see it, and then I heal it. So as you, this week, if something surfaces, an old memory, an old painful event, see it, identify it, and then heal it. All darkness will be dispelled when you shine your light on it. You don't have to actually battle anything. All you have to do is bring in the light. Darkness is nothing in the face of light, right? You flip the switch in a dark room. Where does the darkness go? It cannot exist in the light. So go ahead and do that to yourself. Flip on the switch. Flip your switch, your inner switch of light. Flip it on. Flip it on. That is the best way to manifest more protection. Keep in mind to respond with love. You are assured that you will continue to grow and evolve through this challenge, through any challenge you find on your path. Ganesha will assist you in protecting your energy for the best possible results. But yeah, make sure that whenever you do this, you are keeping love in mind, okay? The best ultimate way to protect yourself and to manifest more protection is to reside in the energy of love. All right, well, there we go. We should be feeling lots of protection with all these beautiful flowers: delphinium, bearded crepus, echinacea, eucalyptus, all these herbs: birch, bay, hazel, lily, lavender, valerian, and salt, and Ganesha, and a fairy, and a priestess of protection. I mean, and the Blue Star Council of Light. I mean, dang, who didn't we call on, right? Mother Mary's like, you could call on me. Jesus is like, oh yeah, we did. We talked about Jesus. Jesus, you got your turn. Basically, there's a lot of energy to call on, to connect with. If you want to manifest more protection, there are intentions, there are spells, there are mindsets, there is energy clearing, there is your own personal strength, because you know you reside in love and light and abide by the laws of the universe. I mean, basically, the more you get into your heart space, true to yourself, closer to source, you will reside in the arms of the divine beloved, and there ain't no more feeling protected than that. So there's lots of suggestion, there's lots of ways, there's no wrong way to feel more protected, unless of course you're tapping into your own negative, violent attack energy. That is the wrong way to go about protection. That is the ineffective way to go about protection. If you want lasting protection, you need to go on the divine path through love and light. Yeah, baby. And that truly is the perfect way to manifest more protection.